Right. Brittany, we're going to start with you today since, of course, we went over in our introduction. You brought this to mediation. Jessica, we're going to start with Brittany. She's going to tell us the issue that she has, and then we'll give you a turn to tell us your side of the story. And let me remind you both, let's not interrupt each other. Let's get through each of our issues so we can find a solution together, okay? All right, so Brittany, what is your main issue that you're having with Jessica?
My roommate is a thief.
I'm not a thief. I am not a thief.
Okay, like I said, no interrupt.
Well, earlier you said no personal attacks, and she's attacking me.
Okay, well, first of all, let's not interrupt. Brittany, let's think of terms we can use besides thief to describe the issue you're having.
She improperly
Let's
takes
use
my
more
clothes.
words. Okay, so she improperly takes your clothes.
Without asking. My room has a door, and it's shut, and she still wants to come in when I'm not there. She doesn't come when I'm there. When I'm not there, she comes in and just takes whatever she wants. But then if I want it back, it's not in her room. I don't know where it's going, but I don't have any clothes in my closet anymore.
Okay, has she ever come to you and asked to borrow your stuff before, and have you ever given her permission?
No. Never.
Okay. So she comes and takes your stuff with your door shut, and you've never given her permission to do so?
No.
Jessica?
That's not true. That is not true at all.
Okay.
Bull.
So, okay.
You remember
Brittany, Jessica, let's just calm down.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
These are closed. We can work through this calmly and together, okay? So, if it's not true, what is going on with her
I'll tell
clothes?
the truth. She told me that anytime I need to borrow anything, it's no problem. And this and the other. And then all of a sudden, I go in one day, I needed like a shirt or something to wear to work. And then she came home, she didn't say anything about it. She's like, hey, do you have my shirt? I was like, yeah, it's in my laundry. I'll wash it. She was like, okay, cool, no big deal. And then she comes in and borrows some of my stuff sometimes. Yeah, she asks, but we've been friends forever. And I just don't see why it would be a problem for me to borrow something. She's like my sister. And like all of a sudden I have to start asking to borrow stuff. Well, you need to ask whenever you want to eat something out the refrigerator or anything like that. Like, she's getting ridiculous about it. It's not like I ruin her stuff.
So
She's
you
like my
don't
stuff.
feel like you should have to ask to borrow her stuff?
I mean, yeah, I understand where like I probably should ask, but
So can you understand where she might have a problem with you not asking?
I can see where she has a problem with asking, but it's okay sometimes, but it's not okay other times. Like, I don't know when it's okay. Like, sometimes I'll ask and she'll be like, why are you even asking me? But I think she does it just because people are around and she doesn't want to see me.
Okay, Brittany, do you ever remember telling Jessica that she could borrow your things? Apparently she's saying that you did.
From the day we moved in together, I told her, I said, if you ever want to use anything of mine, whether it's clothes or you have to borrow a roll of toilet paper, it doesn't matter, just as long as you ask. And if I don't reply, whether it's a text message or something, then just don't use it. But if she does ask, that's fine if she does it. But I mean, my thing is I like to kind of have an idea of what I'm going to wear for like the next day. Mm-hmm. And if she takes something that day before and I wake up the next morning to get my stuff and it's not there and I can't find it in the room, I have to start back all over.
Well, technically she's coming into my room too without asking me, so.
Okay, Brittany, do you borrow Jessica's clothes?
No.
I don't mean by
I just
borrowing
go in
to
and
get
take
them.
my clothes.
Hold on, I was talking to one person at a time. Brittany, so you believe you don't borrow Jessica's things?
No. She's taller and her jeans are way too long. I can't fit into them. Why would I take her stuff?
Okay, so you have the problem here with her borrowing your things. Mm-hmm. What would your idea of a perfect resolution in your mind be? If you had to solve the problem, what would your resolution be?
Either she can't ask and let me know in advance and borrow them, or just don't at all.
Okay, and Jessica, what do you think about that? What would if you had to think of a resolution, do you think there's something that you could do?
I mean, I could ask her, but okay, when I do borrow her things, it's like she's walking behind me through the house, like, did you mess this up? Did you mess this up? Is this messed up? What's this on my scarf? What's this there?
Okay.
So I feel like she's hounding me. So I figured if I just take it, like, yeah, sometimes I forget to put it back, but she has no idea how much stuff I wear hers. Like, I borrow everything. Sometimes she doesn't even know I use it, and I put it back, and there's no problem with that.
Well, okay, so we obviously have a major breakdown of communication between the two of you, and I think it goes beyond the clothes. So maybe if you two could communicate better to each other, and would you agree with her that and resolve the situation that if you asked her, then you could borrow it?
Yeah.
I mean, you came here to solve the situation. So saying that you just do it behind her back and she doesn't know about it isn't going to solve the problem.
Well, I mean,
We're here to, okay, you're honest, but we're here to solve the problem, not talk about things that we're doing that aren't getting us anywhere.
Well, I mean,
So what would be a compromise that you can make with Brittany to solve this issue?
I guess I could ask her, send her a text message ahead of time. Well, I'm usually late and running behind, so that's why I usually just grab it at the last minute. But I guess I can kind of try to prepare a little bit more and ask her, because, I mean, if I ask her, she usually doesn't care, as long as I don't stretch it or anything.
Okay, so Brittany, what do you think of Jessica willing to compromise on that and working on the way she communicates with you?
Well, that part's fine, but then what about some of my stuff that's actually missing that I can't find anywhere? And I know I haven't worn it in probably the solid past month. But I remember doing my laundry and hanging it up in my closet, and it's not there anymore. What do I do about that?
Jessica, do you know of any items that you have in your closet that belong to Brittany that you need to return?
There was this one scarf that I went bowling, and I might have left it at the bowling alley, and a pair of shoes that I might have also left somewhere. I don't remember where they are.
So what do you propose you would like her to do about that?
We're friends, don't forget that. We are, and I really am
Friends
sorry.
don't do that though to friends.
I truly, truly am sorry. I really am. I don't know, like, I don't have much money. I don't have many things, and like, you have really nice stuff. And I guess in a sense I get kind of jealous, and I just kind of take it because you are pretty fashionable, and it is kind of embarrassing whenever I don't have the nice things like you do to wear when we go out and hang out with our friends. So, I mean.
Okay, so Jessica, speaking from the heart, obviously you both are really good friends. So obviously replacing the items for you is not a possibility?
I mean, I can replace them, but I mean, I don't know how long it will take me to get the money to replace them.
No, I mean, that's fine. I mean, if you can't do it right now, I'm not, expecting you to go out and shop tomorrow and bring me something back what you just used. But just like stuff like that, I mean, if you're going to use it and something happens to it, it would be better if you had told me before, and then I would know, or you come to me and say, hey, I borrowed something and I had a mistake.
Yeah.
So again, it comes down to the communication between you two as roommates.
Communication with her.
Okay, hold on. Also, if she's lacking in that communication to come to you, then maybe she said that she walks right by you and you didn't say anything, so maybe you could, if you see her doing something that you don't like, she's obviously stating that you would like her to say if she disagrees with you borrowing something.
She's small, but she scares me. Like, I mean, she gets angry sometimes. Like, I'm not lying. Like, she scares me sometimes, and it's hard to talk to her. She's a little aggressive.
Okay, so you're intimidated to talk to her, and that's
Sometimes.
what keeps you from communicating.
Yeah, it might sound crazy,
Do you
but
feel like you're intimidating Brittany?
No, I hold stuff in. Like, she's my friend. I understand that she can't afford some things that maybe I can, or my family has bought me. But I try to, let certain things slide. Like, okay, no big deal. She's wearing that shirt, and I may not say anything to her if she's walking to the house wearing it. But then again, if I can't find it later, I just want it replaced. I want it put back, and because at least that I saw that she was wearing it. I know where it's at.
Okay.
So that makes it a little easier. But when I come home and I'm gonna wear a shirt and I've not worn it probably the past month, and it's not there, and I can't find it, it'd be nice to know where it's at.
Okay.
But if they don't tell me, I'm gonna blow up like a bomb.
We've gone over how both of you feel, and and how both of you communicate with each other. So again, what do you plan to do to resolve this?
well, am I allowed to ask her a question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you think
As
it
long
will
as
be
there's no
okay?
attacks.
I won't attack her. Do you think that it will be okay if you're starting to get frustrated with me, instead of waiting to the last minute to blow up on me, let me know, let me know that, hey, look, I would appreciate it after you finish that shirt. I don't mind you wearing it. Could you just make sure you give it back to me? Don't even wash it. Just give it back to me. And just remind me sometimes, I'm scattered. I'm all over the place, and I don't want this to ruin our friendship.
No, and like I said, I have said these things before. I just don't know. Maybe you are just scatterbrained to death that you
She's attacking
don't
me.
realize it.
Okay. Well, first of all, you just said you were scattered.
True.
She's reiterating what you just said.
I mean, if that's the case, then that's fine. I just feel like I shouldn't have to remind you all the time, especially when 60% of the time you're using my stuff.
Okay, so I see.
I don't feel like that's my responsibility whenever she's the one borrowing my stuff.
Yes. So if you feel that way, okay, but if you're going to allow her to borrow your stuff, if she returns it, then this is obvious equality in your friend that you might both be having to just accept the qualities in each other if you can't change each other.
Accept me for who I am. I mean, I'm trying. I really am. Kind of. Most of the time.
So Brittany, do you want her using your stuff or borrowing your clothes, period?
I mean, yes and no on certain occasions. Like, if we can kind of set some ground rules for when, and as long as I know when you're using it. And
so your ground rules would be
like,
when she's,
okay, like
hold on. Susie, what are your ground rules? State your ground rules that you would want Jessica to abide by. If it was your solution.
Like, if she's gonna go out one night, like her and some friends are gonna go clubbing. Like, I'd like to know what she's gonna be wearing, because I might say, please don't wear that, because if it gets destroyed, like, that means more to me than this little shirt.
So you want to know what she's borrowing?
Yeah, I want to input on what she's borrowing. Because there are certain things that I wouldn't care if it got messed up.
Okay.
But then there's certain things that, yes, I would freak if she did.
Okay, Jessica, do you think you could agree with the basic ground rule of?
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. It's manageable. I mean, it's just another way for her to control me.
If she, well, okay, let's not be negative. If she's going to you both are compromising here, and you both are going to communicate together about this issue. If she's setting a ground rule and she's still letting you borrow her clothes, she just wants to know what you're borrowing. Would you be able to abide by that rule?
Yeah, I can do it for the sake of our friendship.
Okay, is there any other ground rules or anything else that you want in this compromise?
I mean, I guess I can agree to not go in your room without, like, you being there or whatever. I guess sometimes it just feels like we're close and that you just don't trust me, like I'm going to steal your stuff or anything, something like that. But, like, I can see where you're coming from. You want to know where your stuff is. You've got nice things, so I can do that.
So you both agree that you are not going to go in her room if she's not there.
Yeah.
And you're going to communicate with her, even because she admitted she's scattered.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have to make a little effort to communicate with her if she doesn't communicate with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you are not going to go and, if you do borrow something, you're going to ask and you're going to tell her what you're borrowing.
Yeah.
Is that what you both are saying? Is that correct?
Yeah. Can I also add something else?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever if I'm not there and I don't have an input, because I'm obviously not seeing what shirt she's telling which one she's using.
But she disagrees.
If she can text me though, if she can text me, because like that's the thing, like I'm gone all day because most of the time I'm at work or I'm at school. If she can text me, if I don't reply, just don't use it at all.
Can you?
Well,
would you be able to do that?
How do I know she's just not ignoring me because she doesn't want me to wear her stuff?
Brittany?
Do you do that?
Okay, hold on. Let's not use.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if
Okay,
I'm not
so
there and have an input to this, I don't have an input if I'm not texting back.
Purposely ignore her, or could you?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, so she's telling you she wouldn't purposely ignore you.
When have I ever?